Всем привет, друзья! Меня по-прежнему зовут Шустро, и это Hogwarts Legacy. Который очень странно себя ведет.
How's my favorite test flyer?
Так.
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
What will you do after the final upgrade is complete?
I aim to make Spintwitches the most sought-after shop in Hogsmeade. And I wouldn't mind getting back on a broom myself, just for the thrill of it. Couldn't be more pleased we made headway with the upgrades, proved the naysayers wrong, made all the hard work worth it.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an hour when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help.
Почему-то в Хогсвите сегодня прям катастрофически мало ФПСа. Я не понимаю, почему. Может быть, какая-то обнова прилетела, которая не сделала лучше, а сделала хуже. Очень странно. Никогда такого не было, и сегодня игра ведет себя прям катастрофически как-то плохо. Хотя ничего не менялось. Ладно.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
Будем надеяться, что...
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down.
Мне это только...
I know you have a plan.
Короче,
We
что
must
это временные
gather
трудности.
information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Где искать?
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them.
Проблема в том, что сейчас все это, весь этот квест будет в Хогсмите, где у меня почему-то все лагает сегодня. Ладно. К сожалению, потерпите. Да и я потерплю. Откуда? Почему здесь 40 FPS, я не понимаю.
Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check that.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often. I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
Ну,
He's a
одно
lovely
другому не
man.
мешает.
But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood. Aloha Mora.
А что? Они изменили замки? Они же выглядели по-другому. Лол. Они же реально выглядели по-другому. Ну, что я вам хочу сказать? Я перезашла. Единственное, что я точно меняла в игре, так это обновила дрова, но по идее оно должно работать лучше, а при этом оно почему-то работает прям таки изрядно хуже. Вот я не понимаю почему. Ну ладно. Замки же, кстати, были другие. Может, они что-то поломали? Ну, кстати, не исключено. Нет, ну просто что-то могло поломаться и у меня, но...
Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Ну, я как-то не ожидала этого.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But... perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help.
Be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you.
Так,
I've
теперь нам в
spoken with Mr.
кабанку.
Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Господи, вот вроде должно же всё стать намного лучше. А они патчем все сломали. Ладно, я
It's not
надеюсь.
like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Ой, только не говори, что она попалась.
Natty must be around here somewhere.
Маргаритка?
Revelio.
Это как-то странно. Не находите? Куча маргариток, да? Палочка Нати, ну понятно.
Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Да-да-да, я так... Блин, я так и поняла, что мне надо сюда.
Natty must have been taken this way.
Ого! Кстати, я надеюсь, что в закрытом помещении будет получше.
Prince led to this room. There must be another way forward.
Угу.
A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly.
Как много народу.
Revelio.
Угу.
I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
Это что за...
Only a Hogwarts student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
You're all working against each other when you should be...
Ух ты. Гвендолин Джоу? Серьезно? Та самая Джоу, которая потом будет одной из любимец Гарри Поттера?
Can't believe we're forced to work with these goblins.
I don't trust Ranrock, I'll tell you that. He'll turn on us first chance.
The fog blighted us, I'll agree. Nonetheless, we have good spoil.
Someone messing about.
Ах, сука.
Flash of inspiration.
You're no match. Might want to look up. To your knees. Stand and fight.
Proper belly ball there. Your mother couldn't have done a better job. Got a call it, you, eh? I reckon we should station you in the kitchen. You'll be far more
То есть
useful
вынесли...
to us.
Ой-ой-ой-ой, тихо. Блядь. Так, давайте лутаться потихонечку. Маленькая лестница. Угу. Еще трое, да, вижу. Ну, получилось максимально по-дурацки, но что поделать. А почему? Не поняла. Почему не получается ее открыть?
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. You want to talk of romance? Last time I saw you with a rose was when you stuck your finger on one trying to hide a sack.
Expulso!
Now, this has become personal.
Expulso! Such agility!
Death from above!
That's just the beginning.
Sendo.
Had enough? Expulso!
Quite conductive, aren't we?
I'm just warming up. Expulso!
Мне надо зелье наварить, это точно. Так, опять же, я очень давно не играла, и я начинаю снова путаться в кнопках.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. Over here. And
help.
Угу. Найти любовное письмо. Не обязательно найти книгу стихов. Ага. Так, ну давай поговорим. Подожди, а ничего не случится, если я с ним поговорю? А где мне это искать, интересно? О, наверное, это любовное письмо, да?
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back.
Угу. Вопрос. О!
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio.
Так, осталась только одна вкусняшка. Ой, барашек. Которую я искренне не понимаю, как. По-моему... Почему она не убирается? О! Зашибись. Отлично. Я почему-то подумала, что если я поговорю с ним сразу, то, возможно, мне, ну, типа, все, на этом квест закончится, а я бы этого не хотела. Все, мы здесь все облутали. Я рада. Ну, зато удалось убить с первого тычка, ну, то есть, вот эту женщину. Печально известного врага. Вот так.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand.
Revelio.
It must be brought by something.
Вот это что ли? Не-не-не. А, ее прям не видно здесь,
Mr.
да?
Abe's wand could be in there.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Почему она никак не детектится? Она прям в этой комнате.
Revelio.
Странно.
Revelio.
Очень странно. Она точно в этой комнате? А, ну других этажей здесь нету. Очень странно.
Revelio.
Окей.
Alohomora.
Это даже было не смешно. Зачем они изменили сундуки? Я и к тем привыкла.
Mr. Abe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Abe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
На ликвидацию? Держи свою палочку. Нет, не хочешь?
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
К бою?
Go lightly. Be as a shadow.
Так, а как наверх? Вот так наверх. Там можно выйти наверх, нет? Нет, нельзя. А, палочку мы типа уже отдали, да? Блин, как хорошо закрытое помещение. Смотри, 100 с хуем FPS. Что случилось с Хоксмитом? Можно...
Lumos.
Можно нескромный вопрос, как отсюда вы... А, подожди, ну я же сюда так и попала.
Revelia.
Окей, через верх. Отлично.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Hal.
Вот так и оставь его. Put into Hal. Просто пусть все катятся в Hal. О, и констебль тут как тут. Да тут реально что-то с ФПСом, я вам отвечаю.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Abe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
От властей мало толку.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this.
Ну, я пыталась.
Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
О, привидение. Я не думала, что в Хоксмите есть привидение.
I'm truly awed by what we've accomplished. The final broom upgrade is better than even I expected. Stop by Spintwitches when you can.
Пожалуйста, это я всегда готова. Но мне еще не выдалось. Потерпите, я надеюсь, мы скоро уйдем из Хоксмита. Почему? Сова пришла. Ну.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck.
Удачи. Я потерялась в Хогсмите. Ну, значит, я правильно зашла. Нет, я неправильно зашла. Где я? Нужно вопрос. Я чё так теряюсь-то тупо?
Oh, hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As always, I have a special prize for you.
Ни хрена себе
I
special
truly
prize.
enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me.
7500. Ни хера ты на мне заработал. Так. Нам остаются ключи. Это в Хогвартсе. И поговорить с директрисой. Так, подожди, может быть, через этот? Стой. Блин, вот здесь есть свое это. Ладно, пошли через трансфигурацию. Там дойдем. Там есть... Вот как в «Выручай комнате». Ей... подожди. Ну она сейчас нам не выдаст квест прям на последнее, прохождение в плане, следующий этот закрывать портрет. Следовательно... Можно не беспокоиться. Можно с ней поговорить. Она, скорее всего, выдаст задание. Она, скорее всего, выдаст задание. И затем уже все будет хорошо. Мы потом... После этого мы просто пойдем в «Выручай комнату». Опа, смотри, там есть квест. Что за квест? Ну, блин, так неинтересно.
Revelio.
Ладно, давай потом.
What are you up to now?
Почему я не могу сюда сразу телепортнуться? А чей четвертый портрет? Самой этой?
Welcome back.
Самой девушки?
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Ну, звучит ужасно. Угу.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Так, ну а мне надо выручай комнату. Встретимся с вами чуть попозже. О, приветики. Ну давай. Собака. Надо с Натей здесь поговорить. Она сову прислала. Так, отлично. По-моему, 7-я. Угу. Ну-ка, поговорите с Настей. Что-то называется «Что-то там и месть». Она очень, видимо, недовольна. Мама ее, видимо, наказала.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
Угу. А вот там открыто уже? Да, открыто.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed.
Вот упертая это, а?
Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Все? Да, хитроумные ключи остались только половина. Ну и, собственно, с директором. Знаете, что я поняла сейчас? Только одно. Что я... Где карта? Что я искренне хочу сейчас полетать по миру и поделать активности, желательно на древнюю магию, потому что у нас с ней есть, ну, собственно, небольшие проблемы. И, кстати, да, у нас логово единорога. Вот это мне, кстати, надо, потому что мы идем еще раз ловить единорога по причине того, что мы словили 2 самочек, когда вниз не стрелочка, а типа плюсик. Честно, я не разбираюсь. Да что же они сделали с миром? Почему он так себя ведет? Бляха-муха, это не то, что я хотела сделать. Я испугалась, как хер пойми кто. Так, вот это сюда. Пойдем, так, значит... Intriguing. Так, хочу полетать, короче... Подожди, стой. Так, стой. Вот так. Отлично. Кто там меня нашел? Нет, единорожек. Блин, ну ты опять не то, что мне нужно, если честно.
Now, I'm only trying to help.
Угу. Это опять не тот пол, который мне нужен.
Everything's all right now.
Но мы ее спасли, и я тоже этому рада. Нет, стой. Давайте посмотрим, что здесь есть. Кстати, мне нужна еще пурпурная жаба, но я опять же не знаю, какого пола у меня пурпурная жаба. Это надо было бы где-то записать, конечно. Опять фестралов мне уже не надо, и клювокрылов мне тоже уже разводить не надо. А здесь остались только боевая арена. Ау, окей. Так, здесь нет... Вот, здесь есть магия. Хорошо. А здесь есть, кстати, тоже логово пурпурной жабы. Замечательно. Гиппогриф мне уже не нужен. Значит, идем сюда. Через логово... Нет. Через древнюю магию и через жабу. Точно. Значит, единорогов можно продавать смело. Потому что они мне реально не нужны. Блин, а что они сделали с миром древним? Ква. Блин, мне, наверное, нужно парочку, да? Ой, зачем так?
There. I'm not going to hurt you.
Так, давай посмотрим. Инвентарь. Твари. Так, со стрелочкой. Значит, мне нужно с плюсиком. На всякий случай. Остальные продадим. Да, мне нужно вот это.
I'll look after you. Who lived here, I wonder?
Да, магию я вижу. Отлично. Угу.
Revelio.
Так, теперь во вторую. Ой-ой. Теперь в третью. Отлично.
If only Professor Fig could have seen that.
Не, просто хочу больше магии. Ну, вот этой вот, вы поняли. Очки для квиддича. Отлично. Level up. Угу. Здесь столько всего. Кто это ведет? Ага, это тоже ведет сюда, но, наверное... Ну, так не... Ой, больно. Головой-то прям больно. Так. А вот это тогда куда ведет? Почему оно тогда скрыто? Ну и ладно. Хорошо. Сделали. Испытание. Исследование. Вот, двойная магия. Мне еще 2 надо, чтобы повысить... чтобы повысить себе, ну вы поняли. Рядом есть Мерлин. Пушишка. Нюхля. В принципе. Можно к Мерлину сгонять. Просто хлыщи мне древо по лицу. Угу. Ну да, метла стала, конечно, очень быстрой. Красиво. О, это с этими. О! Подожди, я вспомнила. Это у нас уже есть. Так, а я не помню только, какое мне задание... Ой, какое мне заклятие нужно. Давай я сюда депульса поставлю. По-моему, депульса, я не помню точно. Или левиоса. Блин, а какое мне нужно-то? Мне нужно флипендо. Есть. Стой! Бляха-муха. Так, вот это, по-моему, да? Даже такого знака нет. Ага, я поняла, неровно стоит. Интересно. Угу. А чё так сложно-то, игра? Господи, это было сложнее, чем кажется. Блин, а с этим придется разбираться.
How delightful.
Ты чё, издеваешься?
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake, my friend.
Блин, я не успела обезоружить врага.
Nobody'll believe I defeated an Ashwinder by myself. Flipendo!
Не-не-не. Как душно. Господи, это было сложнее, чем кажется. Блин, а с этим придется разбираться.
What's he even doing here? We ought to be at the Hog's Head. This is a waste of our time.
Ah, how delightful. You're no man.
Ты чё, издеваешься?
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake.
Блин, я не успела обезоружить врага.
Nobody'll believe I defeated an Ashwinder by myself. Flipendo!
Не-не-не. Как душно. Всё? Или их больше еще? Так, мне кажется, вон то, значит, не сработало. Да, не сработало.
Merlin himself would be proud.
А вот теперь сработало.
I thought I could count on my friend.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. Don't know how much this means for me and for Hogwarts.
Рок взрыва что-то там. Окей.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And, sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Ну, мы хотя бы не кошка.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Боже, я профессор Блэк. Все такой, здравствуйте, профессор Блэк.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student? Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets...
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
Шикардос.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Директор не идет, директор бежит.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
Headmaster, here. What could he want?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all.
Professor, a word? Professor Black? Again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kagawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
У нас будут большие проблемы.
What did we do to deserve
Стоп.
him as a headmaster?
Нам туда.
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I simply mourn for the future of the wizarding world.
Черт, не туда. А вон туда. Да, блин. О, фига. Тут еще сундучок есть. Надо будет забрать 500 монеток.
I hope it's not about anything I've been doing.
Подожди, это та, которая прыщи делает? Крем от прыщей?
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise.
Да нет.
It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
О, я услышала этого.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course.
Professor,
Не-не-не-не.
I need to speak to you.
Пожалуйста, не надо.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
Я по нему и не скучаю.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumours of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Боже.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Scrope's as hard a worker as any house elf.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's purebloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure,
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Oh.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you. The Polyjuice Potion. Ahem!
О, нет!
Attention, students!
Боже.
I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the stunning banners of Slytherin. I shall be taking no questions at this time.
Я не хотела! Я не хотела этого, честно. Чё, смотритесь, смойтесь. Подожди, стой, задание. Скройтесь, пока действие оборотного зелья не прекратилось.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Так, это я могу. Нет, это не южное крыло. Да, нет. Мне нужно, где зал трофеев. Или нет? Куда мне надо? Подожди. Угу. Так, теперь у нас будет новое, да? Или нет? Блин, я когда сюда шла, я слышала там ключ. Пробейте в кабинет директора. Где-то здесь звенел ключ, да?
Revelio.
Да. Или, так как я его триггернула, он уже вот здесь. Ни хрена. Может, он внизу? Опа.
Revelio.
Где этот гребаный маленький ключик? Может, внизу? О, где? Не, ну вряд ли он внизу.
Revelio.
Ой, черт.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
А, вот ты где. Блин, ну ты другой.
Revelio.
А, вот это другой есть. Ага, и здесь еще один, да? Что это такое? Или это сова? Нет, это бабочка. почти. Я не сдамся. Что здесь интересно звенит? Я не помню, куда его надо, этого мотыля, относить. Там, это понятно, это я уже слышала. Надо будет его забрать. Зал трофеев, вот он. Блин, вроде и хорошо ориентируюсь по карте, а вроде всегда и затупливаюсь. Так, через зал трофеев на самый-самый-самый-самый-самый-самый верх. Ага. Здесь я уже была. Да и мы с вами уже были. Так я не понимаю, что здесь звенит. Может быть, что-то там, в закрытой комнате. Возможно.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Портреты спящих, страница руководства. Не всем директорам и директрисам нравится заново переживать повседневные трудности, с которыми они постоянно сталкиваются во время управления школой чародейства и волшебства. Некоторые предпочитают наслаждаться заслуженным сном, если предоставляется такая возможность.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Сколько вкусняк. А где? Не, здесь выше, наверное. Дорогой Фениус. Урсула, окей.
Revelio.
От его жены, что ли?
Alohomora.
С другой стороны поломали замок. Обалдеть видок.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Комната с видом. Профессор Блэк, касаемо вашего письма, не стану пересматривать процедуру приема учащихся в Хогвартс. Окей. Комната с видом. Ключ доступа. Ну, это как раз напротив. Блять, вот это комната. Ради такого можно стать директором, да?
Revelio.
О, распределяющая шляпа. Эта зачарованная шляпа была создана 4 основателями Хогвартса как средство, с помощью которого ученики определяют в один из 4 факультетов школы. Имея опыт в легилиминеции, распределяющая шляпа может заглянуть в голову тестируемого студента, что позволит ей читать его мысли и способности. Еще что-то звенит, да обосраться можно.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all
Я
this
чай
time?
выпила у него на столе. Так, давай сначала...
That must be the pedestal.
Да, это пьедестал с книгой. Да не пей ты чай, господи. Чек. Угу. Боже, какой он это странный. Записка светится, но не дается. А как там еще выше подняться? Странно. Ладно. Прям как в Джуманджи. Wow.
Professor Fitzgerald, can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Мантия.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
Ну, это на изи, ладно.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
For now, I need to get out of here. Where could... I need to time this just right.
Ой, бля.
I see. A staircase straight ahead.
Так, а как тебя уйти? Вот так примерно, да. Ну, хоть они не сразу ловят. Стилистика очень классная уровня.
A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there.
Так, и чё? Угу.
This is my chance. I'm coming, Neve. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can.
Ну давай, значит, торопись.
That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
Так, блять, а почему ты так медленно идешь, твою мать? Только не говори, что с самого начала, пожалуйста. Почему ты так медленно идешь? То ты, блядь, ускоряешься, то ты на карачках ползаешь. Что за дебилистика? Вот зачем ты не ускоряешься? Почему? Когда тебя просят?
That's where I need to go. But I need to find a way past them.
Ну, ускорься. Ну, ускорься, пожалуйста, спасибо.
Nothing this way, but more danger. Turn back. There's no getting past them that way. Closed tight. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Revelio.
Зачем здесь рябиновый отвар? Ой, привет. А что тебе можно? А, тебе нельзя петрификус тоталу сделать? Блять, пожалуйста, прекрати ходить на карачках, как конченая. Боже, ненавижу стелсовые миссии. Блять, вот, ну вот все же хорошо. Вот нахрена так делать? Я не понимаю. И вот мы медленно будем идти. Медленно. Вот так вот медленно. Медленно, медленно, чтобы никто нас не увидел. Еще застрянем, да-да-да.
Now's my chance.
Хоть здесь ускорилась.
That's the way forward.
Мантия. Таинственная мантия.
Can this be? I think I'm invisible.
Так, а как, куда идти-то? Через дом? Нет. А куда? Как? Или вон туда?
They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them.
Ну нахрена здесь вот зачем? Зачем здесь так делать? Я не понимаю. Чтобы я насладилась сюжетом?
This is the way forward. Finally free. Now, where are you, Neve?
Надеюсь, не весь уровень будет такой конченый.
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
never felt such power.
Ну, в принципе, то, что я люблю. Курица. Акция было бы лучше, ну, пускай. Ну, хоть не все на стелс, спасибо на этом. Так, хорошо. Нет, это не лутается. Так, а там стоит... Я так и думала. Три потратили, 3 использовали. Нормально. Хорошо. Бой на 6 минут. Блять. Ну тут я растерялась, да? Ну, теперь ты? Нет? Все, что ли? А я думала, все, финал босс. Всего лишь 3 волны. Ну, конечно, предыдущим я потрепала сильно, но... Я просто экономила эти штуки, потому что, ну... древняя магия, потому что думала, что финал босса надо будет мочить ей. Неудобно. Вот был бы этот акцию, то было бы попроще. Даже поменять нельзя. Я бы пользовалась только 3. Просто камень. Тут ничего простого не бывает. Это та самая пирамидка? Нет? Которую мы нашли с Оминусом? И Себастьяном? Надеюсь, что нет.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead.
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve.
Let us always honor. May her memory be a treasure to us forever.
Mm-hmm. О нет, да ладно, все-таки это...
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self.
Mm-hmm.
But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Даже без финал босса, даже как-то не верится. Но стилистика классная.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable. wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in.
Чего?
Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Ого. Ого-го. Ого-го-го-го. Мне нравится.
Revelio.
Да. С новым хранителем. С четвертым. О, здравствуйте.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young. I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizard kind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
Ну, все по новой.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragbor.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your Polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Ну, одаренный герой. Но зато можно будет свалить на то, что он ни хренашеньки не помнит, да? Испытание не off пройдено. Отлично. Кстати, знаете что? Мы можем с вами взять, вернуться в зал трофеев. Да нет. И решить, в нашем случае, второй секрет Хогвартса. Мы нашли тот самый ключ, который как раз-таки вставляется в дверь напротив. Себастьян. Гля, типа извинился, козлина. А чё профессор Уизли сказала? Угу. Так, окей. Значит, теперь нас ждет еще одна хня для... Возможно, нам придется Феникса ловить. Это круто. Я рада. У меня бы больше места для животных. И больше ФПС в игре, пожалуйста. Окей, раскройте секрет Хогвартса. Так. У нас, кстати, еще один секрет остался. И что-то звенит. Перо приема книги доступа. Перо приема и книга доступа были помещены сюда основателем, и с тех пор к ним никто не прикасался. Они записывают имя каждого потенциального ученика Хогвартса в тот момент, когда у них впервые появляются признаки магических особенностей. Однако перо имеет более мягкий нрав, чем книга, которая иногда захлопывается до того, как ими написано, если доказательства магических наклонностей не очень существенны. Круто. Здорово. Статуя единорога. Замечательно. Так, хорошо. Это мне понравилось. Дальше. Восставший Феникс. Поговорите с Диком. Класс заклинания. Давай, давай. Это я готова. У нас как раз есть еще чуть-чуть времени в этой серии. Я очень надеюсь, что он даст мне еще одно место для разведения животных. Правда, у меня, по-моему, нету больше парочек. Инвентарь. Да, надо будет словить. Я уже выписала себе то, что мне нужно словить и какого пола. Но это я буду делать, видимо, за кадром. Как и проходить разные Мерлина и прочее. Просто потому что, ну, я более чем уверена, что это уже неинтересно для вас. Поэтому надо просто потихонечку заканчивать игру. В плане, естественно, сюжета и прочего. Тут, конечно, я без вас никуда. Так, Дик. Можно больше места, пожалуйста?
Deke has some exciting news to share.
Привет.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you had an idea.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to learn about all sorts of beasts, and Deke recently heard rumors of a phoenix nest in a nearby mountain.
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix Natty mentioned, the one Harlow and the Poacher Pack are after.
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty poachers have as well, which means it could be in danger.
Надо его спасти.
Well, I'd better go and rescue it then, hadn't I?
Deke thinks so. So majestic a beast should not fall into such vile hands. Deke is not sure why, but Deke feels that saving a phoenix might help to make amends for what happened with Deke's prior master. Deke hopes that you are able to find the phoenix and bring it to the room where it will be safe.
Так, но комната не открылась, к сожалению. Найдите пещеру. Так, хорошо. Это я соберу. Это я соберу. Все остальное, в принципе, мне сейчас не столь важно. Есть и вещи, которые можно идентифицировать. Ой, все это, конечно же, лучше. Боже мой. А мы каком уровне? Еще на 32-м. 33-й. Даже сейчас это лучше. Но у меня уже скоро, я не буду это улучшать. 99-й, это 92. Вот это можно, кстати, улучшить. — 97-й. 98-й, вот на 33. Ну это я и улучшала, да. Хорошо, я тогда останусь здесь, завершу все свои делишки и встретимся с вами уже в следующей серии. Пока-пока.